Romeo and Juliet, Act 2. This is the prologue before Scene 1. The chorus enters. Now Romeo's old feelings of desire are dying, and a new desire is eager to take their place. Romeo groaned for the beautiful Rosalind, and said he would die for her. But compared with tender Juliet, Rosalind doesn't seem beautiful now. Now someone loves Romeo, and he's in love again, both of them falling for each other's good looks. But he has to make his speeches of love to a woman who's supposed to be his enemy. And she's been hooked by someone she should fear. Because he's an enemy, Romeo has no chance to see Juliet and say the things a lover normally says. And Juliet's just as much in love as he, but she has even less opportunity to meet her lover. But love gives them power, and time gives them the chance to meet, sweetening the extreme danger with intense pleasure. The chorus exits. At this time, you can pause and answer question number 1. What is the purpose of the prologue, and what mood do you think Shakespeare's trying to set for Act 2? Okay, once you've answered that, we're ready to keep reading, and we're listening for what does Mercutio try doing to summon Romeo, and does it work? Why or why not? Act 2, Scene 1. Romeo enters alone. Can I go away while my heart stays here? I have to go back to where my heart is. Romeo moves away. Benvolio and Mercutio enter. Benvolio calling, Romeo, my cousin, Romeo, Romeo. He's a smart boy. I bet he slipped away and went home to bed. He ran this way and jumped over this orchard wall. Call to him, Mercutio. I'll conjure him as if I were summoning a spirit. Romeo, madman, passion, lover, show yourself in the form of a sigh. Speak one rhyme and I'll be satisfied. Just cry out, ah, me. Just say love and dove. Just say one lovely word to my good friend Venus. Just say the nickname of her blind son Cupid, the one who shot arrows so well in the old story. Romeo doesn't hear me. He doesn't stir. He doesn't move. The silly ape is dead. But I must make him appear. I summon you by Rosalind's bright eyes, by her high forehead and her red lips, by her fine feet, her straight legs, by her trembling thighs, and by the regions right next to her thighs. In the name of all these things, I command you to appear before us in your true form. If he hears you, you'll make him angry. What I'm saying can't anger him. He would be angry if I summoned a strange spirit for her to have sex with. That's what would make him angry. The things I'm saying are fair and honest. All I'm doing is saying the name of the woman he loves to lure him out of the darkness. Come on, he's hidden behind these trees to keep the night company. His love is blind, so it belongs in the dark. If love is blind, it can't hit the target. Now he'll sit under a medlar tree and wish his mistress were one of those fruits that look like female genitalia. Oh, Romeo, I wish she were an open arse, and you a popperin pear to pop her in. Good night, Romeo. I'll go to my little trundle bed. This open field is too cold a place for me to sleep. To Benvolio, come on, should we go? Let's go. There's no point in looking for him if he doesn't want to be found. Benvolio and Mercutio exit. So just keep in mind, this is after the party. Mercutio is clearly drunk. He's saying inappropriate things. And the question is, what is he trying to do to summon or bring Romeo out? Does it work? Why or why not? And now we're going to continue on. Act 2, Scene 2, Romeo returns. It's easy for someone to joke about scars if they've never been cut. Juliet enters the balcony. But wait, what's that light in the window over there? It is the east and Juliet is the sun. Rise up, beautiful sun, and kill the jealous moon. The moon is already sick and pale with grief because you, Juliet, her maid, are more beautiful than she. Don't be her maid, 'cause she is jealous. Virginity makes her look sick and green. Only fools hold on to their virginity. Let it go. Oh, there's my lady. Oh, it is my love. Oh, I wish she knew how much I love her. She's talking, but she's not saying anything. So what? Her eyes are saying something. I will answer them. I am too bold. She's not talking to me. Two of the brightest stars in the whole sky had to go away on business, and they're asking her eyes to twinkle in their places until they return. What if her eyes were in the sky and the stars were in her head? The brightness of her cheeks would outshine the stars in the way the sun outshines a lamp. If her eyes were in the night sky, they would shine so brightly through space that birds would start singing, thinking her light was the light of day. Look how she leans her hand on her cheek. Oh, I wish I was the glove on that hand, so that I could touch that cheek. Juliet, oh my! Romeo to himself, she speaks. Oh, speak again, bright angel. You are as glorious as an angel tonight. You shine above me like a winged messenger from heaven, who makes mortal men fall on their backs to look up at the sky, watching the angel walking on the clouds and sailing on the air. Juliet, not knowing that Romeo hears her. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, where do you have to be, Romeo? I'm sorry, why do you have to be Romeo? Forget about your father and change your name. Or else, if you won't change your name, just swear you love me and I'll stop being a Capulet. Romeo to himself, should I listen for more, or should I speak now? Juliet, still not knowing that Romeo hears her. It's only your name that's my enemy. You'd still be yourself even if you stopped being a Montague. What's a Montague anyway? It isn't a hand, a foot, an arm, a face, or any other part of a man. Oh, be some other name. What does a name mean? The thing we call a rose would smell just as sweet if we called it by any other name. Romeo would be just as perfect even if he wasn't called Romeo. Romeo, lose your name, trade in your name, which really has nothing to do with you, and take all of me in exchange. Okay, we're going to pause there, and we should be able to answer a few questions. One is, in the original language, when he sees Juliet through the window, he says, "But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? What light breaks through the window over there? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Explain what you think this means." The next question is asking, what does Juliet ask Romeo to do, and what is his response? We just heard what she asked Romeo to do, and now we're listening for what is his response. So Romeo says to Juliet, "I trust your words. Just call me your love, and I will take a new name. From now on, I will never be Romeo again." Juliet, who are you? Why do you hide in the darkness and listen to my private thoughts? I don't know how to tell you who I am by telling you a name. I hate my name, dear saint, because my name is your enemy. If I had it written down, I would tear up the paper. I haven't heard you say 100 words yet, but I recognize the sound of your voice. Aren't you Romeo? Aren't you a Montague? I am neither of those things if you dislike them. Tell me, how did you get in here? And why did you come? The orchard walls are high, and it's hard to climb over them. If any of my relatives find you here, they'll kill you because of who you are. I flew over these walls with the light wings of love. Stone walls can't keep love out. Whatever a man in love can possibly do, his love will make him try to do it. Therefore, your relatives are no obstacle. If they see you, they'll murder you. Alas, one angry look from you would be worse than 20 of your relatives with swords. Just look at me kindly, and I'm invincible against their hatred. I'd give anything to keep them from seeing you here. The darkness will hide me from them, and if you don't love me, let them find me here. I'd rather they killed me than have to live without your love. Who told you how to get here below my bedroom? Love showed me the way. The same thing that made me look for you in the first place. Love told me what to do, and I let love borrow my eyes. I'm not a sailor, but if you were across the farthest sea, I would risk everything to gain you. You can't see my face because it's dark out. Otherwise, you'd see me blushing about the things you've heard me say tonight. I would be happy to keep up good manners and deny the things I said. But forget about good manners. Do you love me? I know you'll say yes, and I'll believe you. But if you swear you love me, you might turn out to be lying. They say Jove laughs when lovers lie to each other. Oh, Romeo, if you really love me, say it truly. Or if you think it's too easy and quick to win my heart, I'll frown and play hard to get, as long as that will make you try to win me. but otherwise I wouldn't act that way for anything. In truth, handsome Montague, I like you too much, so you may think my behavior is loose. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove myself more faithful than girls who act coy and play hard to get. I should have been more standoffish, I confess, but you overheard me talking about the love in my heart when I didn't know you were here. So excuse me, and do not assume that because you made me love you so easily, that my love isn't serious. Lady, I swear by the sacred moon above, the moon that paints the tops of fruit trees with silver. Don't swear by the moon. The moon is always changing. Every month its position in the sky shifts. I don't want you to turn out to be that inconsistent, too. Well, what should I swear by? Don't swear at all. If you have to swear, swear by your wonderful self, which is the God I worship like an idol, and then I'll believe you. If my heart's dear love, well, don't swear. Although you bring me joy, I can't take joy in this exchange of promises tonight. It's too crazy. We haven't done enough thinking. It's too sudden. It's too much like lightning, which flashes and then disappears before you can say it's lightning. My sweet, good night. Our love, which right now is like a flower bud in the summer air, may turn out to be a beautiful flower by the next time we meet. I hope you enjoy the same sweet peace and the rest I feel in my heart. Oh, are you going to leave me so unsatisfied? What satisfaction could you possibly have tonight? I would be satisfied if we made each other true promises of love. I pledged my love to you before you asked me to, yet I wish I could take that promise back, so I had it to give again. You would take it back? Why would you do that, my love? Hey, at this time you can pause here and make sure you answer the next question in the guided reading. Otherwise, we're going to keep going. Juliet says, only to be generous and give it to you once more. But I'm wishing for something I already have. My generosity to you is as limitless as the sea, and my love is as deep. The more love I give, the more I have. Both loves are infinite. The nurse calls from off stage. I hear a noise inside. Dear love, goodbye. Just a minute. Good night, good nurse. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay here for a moment. I'll be back. Juliet exits. Oh, blessed, blessed night. Because it's dark out, I'm afraid this is all just a dream, too sweet to be real. Juliet enters on her balcony. 3 words, dear Romeo, and then it's good night for real. If your intentions as a lover are truly honorable, and you want to marry me, send me word tomorrow. I'll send a messenger to you, and you can pass on a message telling me where and when we'll be married. I'll lay out all my fortunes at your feet and follow you, my lord, all over the world. Madame, from off stage, to the nurse, I'll be right there, to Romeo. But if you don't have honorable intentions, I beg you, off stage, Madame. Juliet, all right, I'm coming. I beg you to stop trying for me and leave me to my sadness. Tomorrow I'll send the messenger. My soul depends on it. 1,000 times good night. Juliet exits. At this time, you should be able to answer both the question of why is she cautious to hear Romeo swear his love, and what does she promise she'll do the next day, and how does Romeo respond? Otherwise, let's keep reading. Leaving you is 1,000 times worse than being near you. A lover goes towards his beloved as enthusiastically as a schoolboy leaving his books, but when he leaves his girlfriend, he feels as miserable as a schoolboy on his way to school. Romeo starts to leave, and Juliet returns on her balcony. Hist, Romeo, hist! Oh, I wish I could make a falconer's call, so I could bring my little falcon back again. I'm trapped in my family's house, so I must be quiet. Otherwise, I would rip open the cave where Echo sleeps. I would make her repeat his name until her voice grew more hoarse than mine by repeating, Oh, Romeo. My soul is calling out my name. The sound of lovers calling each other's names through the night is silver sweet. It is the sweetest sound that lovers ever hear. Romeo, my baby hawk, what time tomorrow should I send a messenger to you? By 9 o'clock. I won't fail. From now until then seems like 20 years. I've forgotten why I called you back. Let me stand here until you remember your reason. I'll forget it, and you'll have to stand here forever. I'll only remember how much I love your company. I'll keep standing here, even if you keep forgetting. I'll forget that I have home besides this spot right here. It's almost morning. I want to make you go, but I'd only let